If you want to be a high achiever, you need to change your mindset. There's no doubt about that. And to change your mindset, you need to change your self-image to align with who you want to be. You need to build the mindset of a dominator in every realm of your endeavors in your life. Now, building this mindset is something people kind of think about, but we don't really talk about how we should put it into practice. I know a lot of people speak about turning your life into a video game, right? It sounds pretty cool. It's like, oh, I'm a customizable character, right? I can be a 7 in this, I can be a 4 in this, I can be a 10 in this, and I just want to have everything. It's like, I know First Man talks about like a straight 7 system, right? And that's pretty cool. But I like to veer out to sports, right? I think it's a more potent form of motivation than video games. Like, if you're like me, yes, I did play video games a lot in my teenage years, but I like sports. Sports are, for me, they really motivate me, and I think it's the same for a lot of men, right? I was speaking with my one friend about how most men in their teenage years definitely tried to at least be an athlete, a YouTuber, or a rapper. And then he came back to me and he said he believes that every man deep down believes that if the circumstances were right, if they started playing sports at the right time, if they didn't have that knee injury or whatever it was, they truly believe they could be a world-class athlete. And I agree with that. I think some part of me believes that if I started playing football when I was like 2, and I'd grown up in like the right area and I trained hard and everything, I would have become a superstar athlete. I think a lot of men are like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But unfortunately, basically none of us will ever be professional athletes just because of how tiny the pool is and how difficult it is to get in. But we should not waste that energy. And I feel like a lot of men waste that energy because, let's think about it. Why do we love sports? Why do men love sports so much? It's a question that's been asked for years. Why is sports? I think it's the biggest entertainment industry on the planet, right? Bar none. Why is sports so massive and why do men love it so much? Why is it such a primal part of us? The reason we love it so much is because it shows competition at the highest level, right? It's men just being men, like being the best they can be, using all their testosterone. I think they've done studies here that men's testosterone literally goes up when they're watching sports, right? When you're supporting your team and your team scores a goal and you feel like, oh, I scored a goal, right? Like, there's something about that. It's competition in its rawest sense, and we love that so much. But guys waste it by going and putting that energy into supporting the team or supporting a player that they love or whatever it is, right? And I don't know what to say to those people, right? It's like you're taking all this potential and you're just putting it into supporting someone else, making someone else richer. If you switch and you have a mindset of a dominator, you will redirect that energy into making yourself the best version of yourself, right? I like to think of Harvey Specter, right? TV character, high-powered corporate lawyer at a law firm in New York, right? He the best closer in New York, as they call him, right? He is an enigma, right? He's got that gravitas. He is him, right? In the finest definition of the word, right? What happened with him? He loved sports just like any other guy. He was going to be a professional baseball player, but then he got a shoulder injury. But what did he do? He redirected that energy, that same winning mentality, right? He redirected that into his corporate law career. He was like, okay, I'm gonna go be the best lawyer. I'm gonna go be the best closer in New York City, right? It's like in sports, we love it. Like, we love it so much because it's just competition in its rawest form, right? It can be like, oh, you have the best player in the world. You're like, oh, I'm the best player in the world. This is the best player in the league right now, top scorer, or top of the log, right? Or whatever it is, like best midfielder in the world, or the best midfielder of our generation, best player of our generation. Like, you can get those titles very, very easily, right? And it's like, you can apply that to your life. Like Harvey Specter just gave it out. Best closer in New York, right? Or another one I heard from like Kevin Samuels is like, you want to be like the most eligible bachelor in your city. Just things like that, little titles like that. We don't apply to our lives. It's like, bro, if you're a high achiever, you can apply that to your life. You can be like, oh, I want to be the best this in the city, or the best this in the country, whatever you're aiming at, right? You got something to aim for, right? Like, oh, I dominated this year, right? Like at the end of the year, football players win like the Ballon d'Or or awards or whatever it is, and it's like, oh yeah, he dominated 2024. 2024 was his year. It's like, you can apply the same thing to your life, right? You just need to redirect that energy, right? Instead of, oh, I'm an athlete and I have to wake up at this time, go gym, then I need to go for a run, then I need to go do some technical training, then I need to rest, I need to make sure I eat and recover and all of that. You apply that to yourself, right? Like, what kind of career you're in? I'm an accountant, right? It's like, okay, I still need to keep the fundamentals of waking up at the same time and going to sleep at the same time every day, eating clean, hitting the gym in the morning. But I reframe that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the gym in the morning, so okay, obviously I want to be in good shape, but also for my brain, right? Like, I need to perform for the rest of the day. I want to be the best I can be, and again, best accountant in the city or whatever it is. Like, you want to be that guy, and you can apply that same mentality to your life. I hope I've given you something really to think about, and I think it's a really good source of motivation. If you can find a way to, if you want to use the video game thing, you can also use it, like, you rate yourself in certain things, but like sports, I think sports is very pertinent. I love sports and I love the competition of sports, and I'm applying that to life. But you guys let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to join the Self-Improvement Brotherhood. Until next time, see you boys.